welcome to a new episode of Flash the Yarn. My name is Caroline, I am your host. I am a French indie dyer down in Dunedin, New Zealand, also knitter. I am the dyer behind the shop Yarn. You can find me everywhere on Instagram, which is where I'm the most active, Facebook, Ravelry that I never use, and YouTube here. Thank you so much for being here once again. If you came back, otherwise if you're new, welcome. So Flash the Yarn episode, just a quick explanation if you haven't seen one of them before. This is my monthly YouTube video in which I get to show you all of the yarn that I'm bringing to my updates on my online shop in the next few days. So today is Friday and I think it would be the 30th of October or something like that. Yes, and the update is on the 4th of November. So this is actually my October update, but I always do my updates on Sundays at 2 p.m. I try to be consistent with that, and so that happened to fall on the 1st of November. But yeah, it is actually my October update. Yeah, so this update is going to be very rich. I have 19 different colorways coming to the shop and new specific yarn, so we'll go through all of that. But just before entering this, I will talk for a minute about shop news. Shop news, yes. So I don't have a lot to say here, just a little bit. I'm pretty excited about this, but also very wary. For those of you who don't know, I work in hospitality part-time. I mean, I work at the university where I serve food in a college residence in the morning and at lunchtime for 3 days a week, and I work at home on Yarn the rest of the time. So because the end of the year is approaching, the residence closes, and so my job actually ends next week. So I have only 3 more days left next week, and after that I am off work until February when the season starts again. Now I tried to apply for a few different jobs hoping that I would find something as a supplement, but it didn't really take, and to be honest I didn't massively look for something because I have had this dream that I can actually survive for a few months with Yarn and go full-time. That's what I decided to do. We might be a little bit tight with money for a couple months, but I'm sure we'll be fine until February. But what I meant to say is I'm really excited because I'm actually becoming full-time with Yarn, and that means that I've got so much more time and opportunity to bring a lot more to you guys in terms of quantity and in terms of just updates that are a bit more regular. So that's really exciting, and although I know that the Christmas period can be a little bit daunting because it really can go either way. Either I can go and do good numbers because people will maybe buy yarn to either knit during the holidays or offer us presents or for knitting presents for Christmas. Although it is, because it's the holiday and it's summer here in New Zealand, it is quite hot, so people sometimes don't want to knit. Also they tend to maybe keep money for the Christmas budget and things like that, so it could really go either way. I'll be fine, but what I meant to say is that now more than ever your support really matters to me. So obviously if you like my yarn, that would be great if you could get some, but if you do not, it's not the only thing you can do. You can like, comment, subscribe, share, you know the drill, everywhere that it is here, that it is on Instagram, just anywhere. It really helps the algorithm, especially on Instagram, to get more views, and really exposure is what matters at this stage. So whatever you can do to support my tiny little business would be amazing. In my dreams of dreams, if everything goes well, I might be able to actually keep doing this full-time depending how the months have gone, but yeah, I'm keeping the doors open for this job next February to go back to if I don't. So that's about it for the shop news. I don't have a lot more, but tied to this though, I do have something to say. So as I was just saying, my October update ends up being on the 1st of November this month. And to remedy, because I'm usually doing an update every 4 weeks, I give myself 4 weeks to like be able to bring a pretty rich update to you guys, do as much as I can in that time fraction. to change that and like say the next update will be in November, keep it in November. And because I will be full-time and have more time to do so, I'm planning on bringing updates more often. So initially I was thinking about doing them every 2 weeks, so half, you know, a month, and then I thought that it actually would be too little a time to still be able to do something decent, so I'm gonna do them every 3 weeks, which means that the November shop update will be 3 weeks from now, towards the end of November, and then so on and so forth for the December one, mid-December, and then January, etc. I might at some point extend one from 3 weeks to 4 weeks, depending how I go. This is all a little bit of a new territory to be full-time on this adventure, so I'll see how I go. But in any case, I know I'm going to be able to bring to you guys a lot more, so I'm excited about that. So I'll be able to bring either more colorways or more quantities anyways. At the moment I tend to bring between 2 to 4, maybe sometimes 8 if I know that a color is going to be very popular. You know, scans per color, and that's good, but I'm sure that sometimes, like, some of my products sell out really fast and fly off the shelf. It tends to be the case for the last few updates. I've been very lucky that, you know, most of my products sell really fast. So I'm really so grateful for that and very excited, but I obviously want everyone to be able to access it, so I obviously need to create a little bit more for that, and hopefully that will help solve that. Yeah, so that's about it. That's the shop update news, and without further ado and losing any more time, we're gonna go into the flash the yarn section. Okay, so flash the yarn. As you can see behind me, I've got all the colorways for this month's update, but I am going to go through I'm going to go through them all with you now, as I do for those flash the yarn episodes. If you haven't understood by now, this is not the knitting podcast, so if you're looking to see my knitting and everything, this isn't the episode for this. I do publish a knitting you know, oriented podcast every now and then as well. I did one, I think, the last month, and I'm hoping to bring one the next 3 weeks as well. It just depends really how much knitting I have the time to get done, but as I'm expecting to be full-time soon, I should have more time and be able to bring more content on this front. This, however, is just a flash the yarn moment when I show you and talk to you about all the pretties that come into the shop. Yeah, so let's go for it. And okay, so we're gonna start with the fawn collection. So the fawn collection is a new collection, and it's completely blanking now. So sorry, it's a new collection that's been completely tailored on a specific yarn base that I have only for this month. This was a one-off spun yarn by Wildest Yarn in the South Island of New Zealand, and I think they are, I'm pretty sure they are. And so she spun a beautiful 80% natural fawn merino undyed and 20% white alpaca. It's organic and non-superwash, and it's gorgeous. And so she spun a 4-ply and an 8-ply double knit, and I bought both of them. And so I've tailored a color palette that takes these two yarn, and just, yeah, so I created a color palette for these in mind that, you know, I wasn't sure if I was gonna go, like, say, create 8 of one color, etc., but I decided to do less, like more colors, less quantity, in the idea of creating color combination. So pretty much all of the yarn in this color palette, all of the colors are interchangeable, so you can really create so many different combinations that would work beautifully for either stripe work, color work, you know, fades even. You can, there's a few fades option in there, so really depending on what you do, but ideally this is kind of be tailored for multicolor knitting or crochet. Although there is still a couple of colors in which I have 8. I've got 4 on each base, so if you wanted a sweater quantity of one of them, you could try and get that as well. But yeah, so let's go through them one by one. I've got a box of yarn in here so I don't disturb this behind me, and I'll just go through what is at the top and we'll talk about them. So first of all, we have this little gem which is called Clem. So all of the yarn has been dyed and named after human baby names. The reason for that is because all of these colors, same as the yarn, are unique. They are, I didn't write the recipe for them, they're not going to be reproduced. That's it. So these are one-off, totally unique yarn. So if you're into that, you know, go for it. Also, a little word on the yarn itself. It is so soft, which I'm sure you understand with 80% merino and 20% alpaca, but honestly it is very soft and it's delicate, and you could do absolutely baby knits with that. So keep that in mind. It's honestly, it's really beautiful, and I'm very happy that it is a non-superwash organic yarn, as I don't really, this is not my specialty. I tend to create more vivid colors on superwash yarn and speckles, although I do like to touch all medias, and I know that I have many people that do not like superwash yarn, so this is perfect for these people. So Clem, let's go back on this guy, is a very vibrant orange. I called it Clem because in French we have the name Clémentine, which is also the name of the fruit mandarin. So Clem tends to be tied to just vibrant orange summery colors. So here you have it. It's super bright orange. There is a little bit of halos of like purples throughout, and there is teal, and it's really hard. Obviously teal layered on top of orange isn't teal anymore, but as you can see there is blue tinge, dark speckles. They're not really speckles because this is non-superwash, so obviously it absorbs the dye way slower, so they're like melted speckles if you want. So that's the one on 4-ply, and here is the one on double knit DK. Both absolutely stunning, and I've got 2 of each coming in the shop Sunday. So that's them. We are gonna go through Atlas next, and so Atlas actually was designed with Clem in mind. I thought I was going to create a little 3-color skein fade that had Clem as a start, Atlas as a second, and Bluebell, which I'll show after, as a third color. Once this was done, I realized that you could actually change them around for other colors, but I still this is still the initial fade that I created, so I'll show it to you. So this is Atlas. So Atlas here on the 4-ply has the same orange as Clem, but it has also those very soft and blushy mauves, some pink speckles, there is some baby blue there, and there is a little bit of green as well. So you see more pink here, more blush. So it's got also this bright blue kind of accents as well here. So it is totally like a middle skein. It is really meant kind of as a transition skein, although obviously that would be beautiful on its own as well. Here is the skein open so you can get a better idea. So obviously this will stripe and pull a little bit because it's been designed to do that, just that as a fade. Although you can totally, yeah, just knit it by itself. So this is the 4-ply of Atlas. I'll show you next to Clem so you can see how this transitions together. I have put many photos on Instagram on this collection, but because there is so many colorways, it is sometimes difficult to kind of like publish enough about it without becoming very repetitive. So what I did is that I created a highlight in my stories on Instagram. So if you go to my highlights, the first one should be the October update, and so you will be able to see many color combos with this collection, and pretty much what's coming to the shop this month. So don't hesitate to do that. If you wanted to see a specific combo, feel free to message me and I can take a picture for you as well. So Clem, this is Atlas, here is on the 4-ply, and here is on the DK. Whoop. So yeah, really pretty yarn. Super soft. Again, I'm gonna keep saying super soft because it's just so pretty. Okay, so that's it for Atlas. Now I'm gonna actually go to Bluebell. I will try and find this one because, as I said, it is supposed to be the last color for this specific fade. Okay, so here is Bluebell. So Bluebell is just a very beautiful little pale pastel baby blue. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of kids drawing on the street with those pastel chalk. Yeah, I don't know why, it just makes me think of chalk, but it's really pretty. And so it has a baby blue base and speckle accents of blue, green, orange, and a little bit of pink there. All of these speckles are kept in mind to tie the collection together, which is why it works so well as a group. Here it is on the DK. So nice, eh? So pretty. So I've got 2 of them coming as well on each base. And here is a look at the fade with Clem. Yeah, so you could totally get something like that working. The blush in Atlas are also represented in Bluebell here. So that's totally working in a fade if you wanted to do that. And because I've got 2 of each on each base, you could easily make a full jumper as well. Would you want to do that? Yeah, so that's it for Bluebell. Excuse me. All right, next we have Owen, I don't know how you pronounce it. Owen. I like to pronounce it Owen. So Owen is the green color of the lot, and there it is. So I love greens. Greens are my favorite. I actually haven't dyed many greens recently, and I know that this is going to be the focus of my next update because I love greens. So here it is. It's got this pistachio kind of sage base, and like forests green, fluoro green, just all sorts of different kind of green going through, and purple speckles in some specific spots as well. So this is Owen on the 4-ply, and whoop, here it is on the DK. Yeah, really pretty. Cool. So just to show you as I go, so that it's easy for later on, Owen and Bluebell together completely winning as well. The greens in Bluebell and the light blue spots that appear as well here, similar, like just they melt beautifully together. So that's also a possibility here. But to be honest, like all these colors just go so well together, because like the teal on top of Clem is very similar to the greens that you get then in Owen. So just amazing possibilities here. Cool, so that's it. Next we have one of my favorite, and this is Camille. So Camille is a very soft pink blush color, semi-solid. No, it's not semi-solid because it does have speckles as well, although very limited. I'm gonna try and find them. I'll open it here to show you, but as you can see right here, perfect, there is a little bit of orange, blue and pink speckles. There is not a ton of it. It is meant to be really delicate and really subtle, so you really mainly have just a one kind of blushy pink skein, but there is accents of other colors would you to want to pair it with something else. And just because I can and I do like adding extra bits of colors always to my colorways. So here it is on the 4-ply, here it is on the DK. So gorgeous. So yeah, this one is a favorite of mine. I just really love blush pinks at the moment. All about it. Actually, I think it's just the spring and summer and the sun makes me really enjoy those light colors. Yeah, gorgeous. So paired with Clem here, so pretty. Bluebell, that works too, of course. And even with Owen, because Owen, as I said before, has some pinks going throughout, and green and pinks together is just a really beautiful combo anyways. So yeah, this is like good stripe work quality combination here as well. Cool. Alright, so next we have Florence. So Florence is a semi-solid. So this one is just a semi-solid color, and it is just a classic wine, red wine, beautiful kind of aubergine, not aubergine, it's more red wine, kind of Cabernet wine color. So think about a glass of Shiraz and that's what you get. So it's showing a bit lighter here on the camera, but here it is, it's a bit more accurate here. So that's a beautiful, just semi-solid autumnal color of red wine here on the 4-ply and here on the DK. Cool. So nice. And yeah, like this is my favorite combo of the two. I put a fade of all the reds together, which I'll show later, that you could do, but these two together are great. Although you could totally just melt that with Atlas as well, just for the blush purposes. I think that would work well as well. Next we have another semi-solid, and it is called Indie, and Indie is my navy blue semi-solid. Now if you know me, you know I've already got a navy blue semi-solid which is called Navy Baby, but this is a different recipe and came out different. It's much more indigo than teal, if that makes sense. So Navy Baby definitely has some teal on the color, towards this one is more on the indigo. It needs to be risque, it's a bit messy, but here it is. It's really nice. It's a really dark, deep and heavy indigo blue, pretty much your staple indigo blue. It's gorgeous. So this is on the faux ply here, and this is on the DK. Just stunning, just really nice. Yeah, so again, if you wanted, you could pair these guys together. On the DK here you have Bluebell and Indie, which are great together. Similarly with Clem and the blues coming through to Clem, I actually have someone that asked me for this specific combo, so there is a picture of those two together in my highlights where you two want to see that. Because it's blue, so any cool tone colors goes well with it, so you could do easily something like these three together. That would work really nice. Yeah, that's it. Next we have Harry. So Harry, this one is spelled H-A-R-Y. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I put a poll up for this one because I wasn't sure. It's a rainbow skein, I'll show it to you in a second. And I'm not a rainbow gal. I mean, I totally respect that this is many people's thing. It's not mine though. I've never been that much into rainbow, so I created this not knowing it was going to look like this in the end. And then I was wondering if I should do any more, because I was kind of unsure personally if I liked it or not. I had made 4 on the 4 ply, so I had more than the 2 that I did for all the other colorways. I did 4 of this one, and so I was really tossing if I needed to do another 4 on the DK or if I should do something else with the DK. So I put a question up, and lots of you really liked it. It was a bit torn, but definitely people voted for more on the DK, so that's what I did. So here it is. This is Harry. It has been called Harry because it's a rainbow, and I looked at name suggestion, and Harry means color, and yeah, it's been suggested as a name for rainbow babies. If you don't know what a rainbow baby is, it's generally a baby that is born after the mother has had a miscarriage or lost a child. So I really like the backstory of this, and I thought it was really cute. So this was actually be perfect for baby knits. That my friend Amy said that if you're into colorful rainbow, probably perfect for baby knits. But here is Harry. It varies quite a bit in colors. Some of them have orange in them, and some of them do not, because it was a very unstable kind of recipe. So this is one of them here. So this one doesn't have orange, as you can see, and it's on the 4 ply. If you wanted one with orange, or if you like had a specific one in mind, as per usual, when you go to buy it on the shop, there is a comment box in which you can put a comment. So feel free to just put a comment there to tell me that you'd like one with or without orange, or you know, more green or whatever. Like they vary all a little bit, and I think I've got another one here, but as you can see, perfect. This one has a bit of orange here, so I can show it to you, and I'll show you the DK one. The DK one also has orange, the one that I'm showing. So there it is. So this one on the DK, as you can see here, has a spot of orange. I tried to include the orange on the DK more than on the 4 ply because that was the second round pretty much that I did. So I tried to integrate that, but some of the 4 ply don't have it. So I have a lot more of this coming. I've got yeah, so I've got 4 on 4 ply and 4 on DK. It is gorgeous. I mean, it's totally not my thing to knit rainbows, but that doesn't change the fact that it's a beautiful combination of teals and reds, which to me always it becomes striking. I had an old colorway called Meandre, which was pretty much this combo, and it was kind of like a dirty rainbow, and I did really like this one, but it was super hard to create and I always messed it up, so I ended up kind of getting rid of it, and maybe I should re-explore it, but at the moment this is what I've got. And it's still totally winning. It's gorgeous. yeah, so recommend that. Here's a possibility of a combo here with Florence. It just, yeah, it looks really good together as well. I don't know if you can work with Bluebell. I mean, you've got blues in there, so yeah, it does. Yeah, so there you go, that's an option as well. But if you wanted to soften it down, I personally would go for something like Wiz Camille, and that would soften it down a little bit, so you have only one striking color. Okay, so next we have Eleanor. Do I have another one? I don't know where I put my other skein of Eleanor on DK, but I'll show you the 4-ply. Here it is. So this is Eleanor. That's a gorgeous mix of rich, deep kind of blood, pink red on the pinker side of red. So just kind of, yeah, warm reds. Warm reds and black. Well, it's not completely black, it's like very, very deep purple, which reaches black at some areas like here, but initially it is a very deep purple, as you can maybe see here. The Eleanor is really gorgeous. So here it is. I have got 2 on the 4-ply, but I've only got 1 on the DK for this one because I accidentally ordered 1 skein less than I wanted from Wildest Yarn and then it sold out, so I couldn't get another one. But there it is. It's really nice. It's just pretty. So as I was explaining before, like if you wanted to do combos like these together, would absolutely be gorgeous, and a winning combo for sure. And it all looks great with Harry as well because they have the similar cherry reds going throughout, so that's totally an option there as well. If you were really adventurous, you could also go for a fade such as this. Yeah, even with the blue, like deeper blue wanted you to, that would work as well. Cool. So that's it for Eleanor. I don't have the DK, but it looks pretty much exactly the same, so yeah. Okay, next we have my top favorite, just out the door, my favorite. That's the first one I made, and this one is called Finn. Here it is. It's a very mustard dirty yellow, which I adore. I just love my dirty yellows so much. It's not so similar to my colorway reeds. I've got a colorway reeds, but the colorway reeds is much lighter, and it's just different. I wish I had one to show you the difference, but it's not really the same. So Finn here, because I loved it so much, this is on the 4-ply, this is on the DK. Because I loved it so much, I actually dyed more of this one as well, similar for Harry. So I have 4 on the 4-ply and 4 on the DK, so sweater quantity available there would you two want to do it. Really like that one. I just think it's a perfect yarn to mix with so many others, like here with Camille. That's a winning combo totally for me. Yeah, it's just great with Bluebell. Just keep showing you Eleanor with Atlas. It just works with every single look with Owen. Like, it just looks so great with Owen because it's got the similar kind of mustard shade there. This is like the stable one that really can mix and match with all of them. Clem here, just really good. Love this one. So if it doesn't sell, I'll know I'm gonna make something out of it. Don't know what yet though. Okay, so the last two are the color. Oh no, there is one more here. So I've got 3 more. Next one is Maeve. Maeve? I love Maeve. It's a pretty pattern. So this one is also so pretty. This is also in my top 3. Maeve is, so this is the natural color of the yarn that is here, the natural fawn kind of color, almost gray. It's a fawn gray almost, but there it is. And so this one has been overdyed with some mauve and purple, and you've got some little blue specks and pink highlights, and a little just right amount of brown specks as well to like tie it together. As again, like Maeve here on the 4-ply, I think once again I messed up and I didn't take a DK one to show you, but they look exactly the same as well. Actually no, sorry, this is a DK one, so I can show you the 4-ply. 4-ply is here. There you go. So that's the 4-ply, that's the DK. Oh, the 4-ply actually, well, this one has much more orange brightness through it, see? So I'm saying rubbish. I wonder if this one has orange in it, but it's hidden. Not really. So this one has more like blue, and it's got a little bit there, but it's not a lot. Yeah, so consistency, which is not my favorite word. But yeah, I just, as I said, I didn't write the recipe for them, so if I happen to make them a day apart or something like that, I might have forgotten cell speckle. Listen, if you want to have orange on Mauve on DK and you want the DK, all you need to do is buy the DK one and put a comment saying, can you please add some orange speckles to this, and I will of course do that for you, and overdye it with adding some orange. Would you two want to do it? So anyways, here it is on the 4-ply, which makes it gorgeous. I understand now why I put orange. I think it was too tight with the other colors as well, although both of them are just gorgeous no matter what. So yeah, okay. So as I was saying, obviously beautiful with Camille, beautiful with all of this pink and red colors. So you could totally go there. Because it's got the orange on the 4-ply anyways. It would work with Clem, it would work with Atlas, just very similar blush move on both of them. So yeah, that works. Bluebell, yeah. Florence, yeah, perfect. Hey, isn't it so beautiful? So this is just another one of these transition kind of skein that would work perfectly as a skein fade, like sorry, as a fade or straight color work, or all of this. Mauve here for you. That's it. And the last two are the more subtle colorways. So these ones I only added speckles to, and I preserved the normal color of the yarn. Yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna go start with my favorite, which is Fleur. So Fleur is a French name meaning flower. It's a very old-fashioned name. My little niece is actually called Fleur, and I really like it. So Fleur, this is the natural color of the yarn and has little speckles of a mix of blue, pink, orange, maybe at times green, but it just really is spring in a skein. So just really spring. Think about a field of flower. That's what it is. It's really stunning. Sorry, but look at this. Just so subtle. I wish I had done more of this one. But so Fleur here on the DK and here on the 4-ply. Really recommend this one. It's really pretty. It goes very well with Camille. Like other soft tone colors would be beautiful with it. Similarly for Bluebell, you would totally be able to marry these two together. Yeah, I think you can add it to Mauve as well, because of I don't know, the fact that there is a bit more of the natural yarn color in there to tie them together. So really this is one of those skein that can just be married with all of the other ones beautifully. I love it mixed with Finn personally. I think this is a great combo, as you can see here with the yellows. Can you see really well? It's hard with the lighting, but yeah. Okay, so I've got two of each for Fleur, and now the last one. Do I have both of them here? Yes. Whoopsie. So for the last one, this is Mason. So here is Mason on the 4-ply, and similarly I've only got speckles of orange, pink and grey going through this one. I more highlight than speckles, yeah, really. So just a bit of brown as well. Yeah. So this is really pretty as well, and it will work with all the colors like I just showed before really nicely. I have put a poll online about Mason because I realized that I didn't put enough orange speckles on the DK one, and so the DK came out with grey and pink mainly and no orange. And so I asked people, would you prefer for me to add grey and pink to the 4-ply or to add orange to the DK? And you guys chose the orange, so I did. So I added more orange to Mason on DK, and yeah, it looks really nice. It's actually a little bit more orange now than the 4-ply to start with. but still really nice. So they're a bit different, but they're both really gorgeous. This one also has a bit more gray. So the DK more gray, more orange, and Mason, the 4-ply, is a little bit more subtle. They're both really nice though. So here you go. There will be photo attached to all of this on the website, so when you go to choose the color that you want and everything, it'll show you the skeins, how it looks like. So make sure you look at that, because I don't want you to be just like thinking you'd receive something similar to this and then it looks more like this, and you know, you're a bit disappointed or something. So make sure to look and comment on the box if you want to get something added or whatever, but I'll let you know. That's it. Okay, that is it for this fawn collection. I'm very happy about it, very stoked with it. I think it's gorgeous. I think they all work together really well. The combination are infinite, and the good thing about it is that they also work really well with the other colors that I'm bringing to the shop, which is just my regular colorways or mix of old and new colors that I'm going to show you now. So yeah, let's go. So okay, so I'm gonna start with the color of the month of October for the zodiac sign, which I haven't actually published on Instagram yet. It's not new, it's the Libra colorway. I know Libra season's over now, and you know, I know it's over, but it is the color of the month of October, and I didn't want to just skip it, so I did do some of it. I have full coming on the sock base and full coming on my DK Corridale. So let me show you first the 4-ply. Sorry, yeah, 4-ply stock. So here it is. It's really nice. So Libra is again like this kind of wine, but like lighter. It's like more of a pink, a purple pink really, and it's got pink highlight throughout and speckled of brown, blue, as you can see here. Can you even see? It's really hard with this lighting, but there. Blues and darker mauves. Yeah, it's just a really beautiful skein. Try and show it to you as much as possible. It has like little neon pink highlight at times as well. So here it is on the 4-ply, and here it is on the DK. So very pretty. If you're a Libra, I hope you like it. I hope this is a color that sings to you and your sign. But yes, so there is as I said, full coming on each color. This one is a little bit more on the blue tone cool side than this one. I think it's due to the nylon content of the sock base that kind of changed the color of how it was received. But yeah, so this is not coming back until next year at this time, so if you like it, jump for it. There you go. Okay, now before I go to the next color, I will show you what goes well with this color and options. Right, so Libra will work really well with, say, mauve. Libra and mauve together are gorgeous. It will work with Camille. It will work with Florence, like very much so. So if you wanted something just almost like, I'm thinking for example like of sweater like the Zweig sweater, which is 2-color sweater with the lace section and the laces in the contrast color. Like I would so see something like the main sweater, main color be this and the contrast color be this. If you wanted to have something more unified but just a little bit of change, that would be so perfect. So they are both available on DK and 4-ply, so you can play with that as well. But yeah, it works really well with all these colors. Let's see with Eleanor, probably a bit different, but yeah, still really nice. Yeah, so Eleanor and Libra here. Cool, so that's it for Libra. The next color that I have is a new colorway that I love. I just really like this one, and it's called Tusk, and it's a very white ivory color. So I wanted to just stay in the ivories. Here it is. So it's got like, it's really hard to show. There you go, it's getting darker. So it's got waves of ivory color going through, so it's not just white, it's just this like perfect little pale yellowish, as you can see here, yellow toned, well, ivory, I guess. If you know the scene in American Psycho when they're discussing the business card and the different white colors of eggshell and yeah, all that makes me think of that. So anyways, so it's pretty much this unified color everywhere, and then you've got this gorgeous set of speckles that are peach, so there is peach throughout the skein but not a ton, and then you have some it's a mauve, it's almost blue though, it's a very kind of blue deep purple color, and flicks of green, yellow. It's just absolutely stunning. So I really like this. Yep. And so that's on the 4 ply. I've got so a word about this actually. So I have my usual 4 ply is from Ashford, and that's my it's my usual 4 ply that I've called Bliss. I've been using this base for 2 years plus now, but I really like Wild Earth Yarn and I want to support them more, and Jackie from Wild Earth Yarn released a 4 ply superwash merino in the last few months, and so I bought as much as I could, and I really wanted to just make this my new Bliss and staple base. However, it is not that regular that this base will come back. She will try to have it as much as possible, but they fly off the shelf. I actually had put 6 kilos I think aside for my club colorway initially to be done on this base, but she forgot and it got sold so quick that she couldn't actually deliver, which is totally fine. But what I'm saying is that I can't actually use this base as a reliable 4 ply merino superwash, because I know that it's pretty rare that I can get my hands on it. So instead of replacing it, I think I had announced last month that I was going to swap the two and remove the Ashford and just keep the Wild Earth. And that's not really realistic, turns out, because I won't have access to a 4 ply superwash if I do that. So instead I'm keeping both, and I'm just renaming. So I'm keeping my Bliss, my usual Bliss, which is the Ashford one, and this one will also be called Bliss, but it will call Bliss Wild for Wild Earth Yarn. So this tusk color is dyed on Bliss Wild. I've had a couple of kilos of Bliss Wild for this update, so there is a few colorway coming on it, and the ones that you know, once I ran out, I used the Ashford one instead. So if you see some listed Bliss and some listed Bliss Wild, this is the difference. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and get more and more Bliss Wild and try and make it as much possible my staple base, but as I said, it really, all dyers in New Zealand are just tearing it from the shelves, so we all have to deal with the quantity that there is. So Tusk, anyways, absolutely stunning, isn't it? It's just the most beautiful cream colorway, and here it is on the DK. Try and focus. I don't know if you can focus this close, to be honest, but just want to show you the speckle. Yeah, it's difficult. And yeah, so both of them there. This is just one of those colors that goes with everything, honestly, just due to the nature of the cream color and the fact that there is a little bit of speckles. You could just dye this with so many colors beautifully. Here with Finn, here with Camille, if you wanted to keep your soft and pastels together. Fleur, Mason, you could go off with Bluebell. It just will work no matter what. You can have it as a contrast color of the deep indie blue here. That would be gorgeous as well. Just really works with everything. Absolutely stunning color. So 4 on Bliss Wild coming for this one, and 4 on my Lush Corridale coming to the shop. Yay! Next I have Citron. So, bit of backstory about Citron. This is a colorway that I actually initially had created for my Neon Fade that I was doing a couple years back, but the Neon Fade had black speckles throughout each color, and so Citron had black speckles and neon speckles as well on top of it. But eventually I dyed for myself just a naked version that just had the highlighter yellow because I really liked it, and I dyed my ranunculus sweater with this yellow. In my last podcast episode, the knitting one, I do show this ranunculus sweater, if you wanted to have a look at that. But anyways, people were like, oh, you should release it, and I thought, yeah, why not? Actually, I probably should. So I removed the Citron that was the one with the black speckles, and instead I created this autumnal semi-solid of Citron. So there it is. Okay, this is gonna be very hard to pick up on the camera due to the nature of this color. It is a highlighter yellow. However, It is a watered down highlighter yellow, so I didn't want to go super clashy and super bright with this one. I wanted to just keep fresh and springy. I absolutely really like it. I think it's flattering on so many skin tones, so I just really like that about this. This is the DK one that I'm holding right now, and this is on Bliss Wild. So on the 4-ply Merino Superwash. Bliss Wild is not a 4-ply, it's actually a soft 2-ply. So I keep saying 4-ply because I'm referring to the fact that it's fingering, but really this is actually a soft 2-ply when my Ashford one is a 4-ply. Yeah, so there you go. There's a good amount of color here. Really love this one. 4 coming on Bliss Wild and 4 coming on Corridel. You can totally hold these two together. Please do it. Can someone make like a good contrasting sweater of this color? I've said this before, but I'll say it again. My favorite thing to do when holding 3 colors, which I really like to do, is 3-color work, is go for 1 neon, 1 neutral, and then 1 deep moody color. Those 3 together just I love. So yeah, I would love to see that, and then you could like go completely bold and add like a navy blue to this, or if you wanted to stay soft, you could add another pink here. That would be really nice as well. Trying to hold them together. Yeah, with Libra, let's see, with Libra, yeah, that works really beautifully as well. Probably like more like this, so you could transition it. No, I'm actually just showing you the yarn held together. Like, not many people would go for this kind of combo, but I just love how all the colors somehow seem to work together as a palette. So yeah, that's it. Okay, next I have a one of a kind oak. So this is the guy right here. I've only got 4 of this one, and it's coming on Superwash Bliss Wild, so on my Wildest Yarn Bliss colorway. It's made of blues. It's got some highlight of pinks and some very deep mauves here. Yeah, it's really nice. One that has similar properties color is Elnor, that has the same deep mauve, so those would work really beautifully together. You could stay in the blue with Indie. You could go with Mauve to highlight the pinks and the blues. That would work. Just really a few possibilities here. That would work really well with Libra as well, as you can see here, especially because Libra does have blue speckles like here, like so. So these would really work as charm together. Only 4 of this one coming on 4-ply Superwash Merino. Yeah, so that's it. Next, I've got a restock of Beluga. So this one's a pretty favorite colorway, so I'll show it to you, but it's becoming a bit of a classic. Beluga is my very pale lilac color, and I've got speckle of fluoro lemon and blue, and highlights of blue waves in it as well. So you can see it. There's 4 coming on the Bliss Wild once again, and 4 coming on my Lush DK, which is my Corridel base. Yeah, so nice. Oh my god, I just love this one. It is a favorite, but I do really like a good lilac. Yeah, so ideally, again, you can totally pair Citron with Beluga, because they both have this fluoro lemon showing there. I don't know if I can show you, but if you can see, Beluga has those lemon there. So yeah, that's perfect for it right here. Yeah, so work together really nicely. I would even add a beautiful tusk with that and go for a very soft palette. That would work. But Beluga is pretty easy, and it does mix with a lot of color as well. Libra here. What else? The top of my head, trying to think. Yeah, that works with Fleur as well. It worked with the oak. Bluebell probably. Really nice with it. Yeah, that bluebell would be perfect because there's a wave of blues in here that are very similar. So that would also work really well. But in general, and if you wanted to contrast it, I would go with something like thin, because these colors together totally melt really nicely, don't they? Yeah, that would be really nice. So that's it. One more. Where's the blue? Okay, that's it for, no, that's not it, well, that's it for Beluga anyways. As I said, 4 coming on Merino Superwash, 4 coming on Corridel. And next we've got 2 more colorways to go. The last one is the favorite one for this month, so I will keep it as last, but I will show you next Inferno. So Inferno is not a new colorway by any means. This isn't one of my old ones I've been doing for a few years, but it retired for a long time, then I brought it back. Anyways, then I brought it back shortly for the pre-orders back, I think it was in August or July. And I'm very lucky that my friend Jess from Fox's blog Knit and Fox's Knit, she is on YouTube as well, totally go follow her, she's great. Bought a skein from me, and she knitted a shawl, she actually designed a shawl for her mother called the Nancy's Hug Shawl with it, and it is absolutely stunning. It's just gorgeous, and guess what, it's free on Ravelry, so totally go for it. What's fantastic about this shawl is that it's a 1 skein shawl. You only need 1, and it's perfect for those novelty kind of colors, which I'm specializing in really. Those really bright colors that you love, but you kind of don't really know what to make of, you know. I mean, myself, I don't actually need that much of these bright colors, but I do like to make them. So here it is. So Inferno is this really bright orange red color, and it's got indigo and like aqua speckles as a contrast popping through. It's just really pretty, kind of fiery color, and so because she made that shawl and it became very popular really quick, I thought I might as well bring some for this update. That way, if you guys want to create something similar, you might as well. So I've got 4 skeins on the sock base, my Sock It Up base, coming this update. By the way, this sock base also come from Wallace Yarn, and she has sold out of them, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to get any more. I think she said until December. So the November update that's coming next won't have any sock base or sock, yeah, they won't have any sock base. So if you wanted to get sock base, this is the update to do it. So here it is. So this is Inferno on the sock 4-ply, and here it is on the DK. I've got 4 of each coming as well. This is really nice, and so this would melt with also a lot of colorways. The top of my head, I would go with Tusk, because there is oh my god, because there is cream and white space left, as you can see inside Inferno, which would look really good with something like this if you wanted to soften it. Here with Citron, go well with like Eleanor, because you would want to go for those brighter red that are at the top as a second skein rather than for Clem. I don't think that would work as well. I mean, it could, because I do have this golden kind of orange in there as well, but they're more on speckles than actual highlights, so it would be not exactly the same. That would work well with Beluga as well. It would work with Bluebell just thanks to the blues in there, or actually even better with Indie, because you have indigo. Again, it's just the speckles, but if you wanted to do a contrasting sweater, orange and blue, we know are complementary colors and they work really well together. Here was Libra. So there's a few options there for you guys, but yeah, I think that would work. Ooh, one last with Camille. That works really well actually. Yeah, done it, doesn't it? Done it, not English. Right, yeah, that's cool. Okay, and last but not least, peyote. Now, the peyote colorway I have made and brought before. However, I've tried this recipe. I think I must have tried it 4 or 5 times before I found the winning combo. I'm using a lot of different dyes, and a couple of the dyes that are the main colors for these colorways very non-exhaustive, if that makes sense. So they don't really exhaust. That means that I really have to play with the level of my water, my citric acid level, my pH level, and the heat level, just pretty much everything. I have to be really cautious and I have to do things really step by step if I want to get that contrast coming out the way I want it to. So I had released peyote before, but I had said that this was only a temporary batch and it was going to be a one of a kind, because what I had sold was not what I was putting out, was not exactly how I wanted it to look in the end. So I had kept on work on it and I finally scored the perfect recipe. So very happy with that. But there is one of the batch, so I published a few photos of this one and everyone obviously really liked it, as much as I did, because it's stunning. But so I decided to make more, because initially I was going to have 4 on the Bliss Wild, and then maybe I was going to make 4 on DK, and that was it. And I saw there was so much hype that I probably needed to make a bit more. So I did 4 more on Bliss, the regular Bliss, and I did 4 more on Stock It Up. Now, I did mess up the Stock It Up batch. As I said, it's a very difficult recipe, and that's the one that I did right after I got the winning recipe done. And I can see totally the mistake that I've done here. So it's messed up to the point that I don't have those mints coming through, and I do want that mint. It's absolutely part of the colorway, and it's not, it just isn't right without it. So it still makes for a beautiful skein on the Stock It Up. However, it doesn't look exactly how I want it to be. So for that reason, it will be listed as discounted. So instead of $30, the sock base of peyote are only $25. So here is the sock. I'll show you first, because that's similar to the one that I had published before. As you can see, this is like pink and purples, and there is some aqua and teals, and there is highlight of oranges throughout. This one is much less speckly than the final colorway. I kind of just gave up on that batch. I could have like tried and put more round of speckles, but I decided I was more risky and I might actually ruin it all together. So because it's still super pretty, it is still listed, but as a discount. So this is what I don't want peyote to look like, but that said, it's still for grabs. And the winning peyote actually looks like this. That's the one. Now here we go. So now this is what I was imagining for a while in my head. I wanted this bright baby mint color to be the main layer of the wool, if that makes sense. And I only wanted the purple and pinks to be bright fluoro highlights, similar for the teal, and then the rest orange, and everything else would be made through an array of speckles, as you can see over here. This is how it's supposed to look like, and I absolutely adore this. So I definitely will bring some more in future of this color. So even if you don't manage to get some this update, yeah, I will bring some more, so don't worry. But you know, it is what it is. I think this one will fly off the shelf really quick, so if you do want it, you might have to be there right at 2 p.m. when I launch. So this is on the Bliss Wild. I've got 4 of this one coming, but here's a comparison so you can see with the sock. So pretty much exactly the same recipe, exactly almost the same step, just a tiny little difference in terms of water level, heat, you know. It just really doesn't take much, because those purple and pink are very hard to exhaust, and so they eventually spread throughout the whole skein if I don't manage to find a way to stop it. So yes, so that means that sometimes it gets a bit messed up. So there you go. So this is the normal and final version of peyote here on the Bliss Wild, and that's the sock one you've just seen. And I'll show you, I've got it here, sorry, I've got it here on the Bliss. So this one on just Merino 100% superwash full ply, so similar on Bliss. So after redoing it, I messed up the sock one, but after redoing it on the Bliss 4-ply merino and on the DK and nailing it, I was like, okay, I finally got it. I think there still needs to be a tiny bit of tweaking to get it even more. As you can see, for example, this one has a bit more purple than this one, but I don't think that's a problem. That's still really gorgeous. So I don't mind that. There is also bright neon pink at stages, and of course there is a lot of speckles, which is really what makes this color what it is. It's very hard to show, but there is all sorts of colors of speckles there, and it's just a little gem. So I'm very happy with it. So here on the Bliss Wild, here on the Bliss, here on the Lush, so my DK. Focus, focus, focus. Come on, buddy. Yeah, okay. My big face in the background, lol. Yeah, so that's it. So really beautiful as well on the Lush DK. I have 4 of them on Lush DK, 4 of them on Bliss, 4 of them on Bliss Wild, and 4 of the messed up one over here on Sock that is discounted. So there you have it. I will show you color combination for both of them. We'll start with the Sock one. You can still mix it with a few colors. Here it is with the oak. Perfect with the oak, actually. The same pinks here, really good. Here it is with Beluga. Similarly perfect, the same kind of purples, that works really well together. Here it is with Camille. I'd like to see it with Tusk. Yeah, so I love Peyote and Tusk together. I put a picture of that up for reference here on the DK for both of them. I just really like this, I guess, as I said, like neon and neutral and pastels mixed together. That's kind of what I'm about. I think it's the change of season as we're getting into spring and summer. I'm really into these colors. Yay! Okay, and for the most beautiful Bliss Wild one, you can also mix it with those similar colors, but honestly, any color, look at this, sorry, but oh my god, it's so nice. I just love that so much. I'm gonna die. No, honestly, I just love these colors together so much for some reason. Yeah, so mint and gold. Yeah. Here with Finn, so perfect with citron, because similarly you got some neon speckle yellow in peyote that are very discreet and very polite, but they are in there, so works perfectly with this. Will work with Beluga as well. Will work with, I wonder if it works with the green Owen. Yeah, it kind of does. There is some purple here. You actually, yeah, it does work. It does work. Yeah, so you could do this, and then you could, like, say, melt it into one of the Sock one, and then go for a Libra. Ooh. Oh, actually, no, that's not the right purple. Maybe more of a Beluga or something. So yeah, you could get like a cute little green to purple fade like this. That would work. That would work quite nice, actually. Or even go for the oak. Ooh, that is a winning nice combo there, guys. So we've got Owen, we've got Peyote on Bliss Wild, that is green, a bit more mint, and this is the Sock It Up version that doesn't have any mint or very little, and the oak. Beautiful possible fade here, all on 4 plies, so you could totally, even though they're not the same base, not a problem, you can mix them. Yeah. Okay, and that's it. We are done with this, finally, this Flash the Yarn episode for the month of November. I think I've showed you everything. I can't think of anything else. I've already been talking for quite a long time, so I might just not show you too much more combos. But if you wanted to see any yarn piled together or combined together, please send me a message, comment here, anywhere. I'm very easy to reach on Instagram. I tend to reply to every DM pretty quickly. You can also reply on YouTube, of course, but just wherever you want, feel free to ask me. It doesn't take much for me to take a picture of said yarn, and if you have a doubt about how they're gonna play together, that's a good way to know. In any case, guys, I always remain available to chat about any of it, so yeah, feel free to message me. And yeah, so the update will be live at 2 p.m. this Sunday, and the yarn will then be shipped and packaged early next week and be on its way to you. Thank you so much for joining and be here with me once again. I just love this. So yeah, I'll be seeing you next month again for the next shop update. If you've got also any suggestions of colors or colorways that you'd like to see in the next update, make yourself heard, because I always look for inspiration or ideas. So there's absolutely no worries to reach out to me. I like to think I'm pretty reachable and not affordable, approachable, that's the word. Yeah, okay, it's been long and my brain's a bit dying. I think I'm gonna go have a cup of tea or something. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.